guys, and welcome back. Round date's come, it's gone, and the best part is there's only one day in between before we get back into round 9. Obviously, guys, we are going for 10 show. We have hit over 300 subscriptions. Please keep hitting subscribe and help us get to 350 and beyond. But you've got myself, Tony. I'm joined by Baxter. Baxter, how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm enjoying the long weekend of football, but it's round 9, so let's dive straight into it.
Well, let's jump into it. Like you said, you've got the Cronulla Sharks side. It is unchanged from the 17 that got the job done against the Bulldogs last week. You've got William Kennedy, Sione Katoa, Jesse Ramian, CSC Fatalikai, Ronaldo Militalo, Matt Moylan, Nico Hines, Oregon Kafusi, Blake Brayley, Braden Hamlin-Ueli, Britton Nakora, Teague Wilton, Cameron McInnes, Wade Graham, Jack Williams, Royce Hunt, and Thomas Hazelton in the 17. You've got Trindle as the 18th man, and you then got Connor Tracy, Jesse Colquhoun, Maween Hiroti, and Jaden Barrell. But Baxter, these were made a couple hours ago, so talk me through the team lists that have been cut down at the 24-hour update.
Yeah, so you got Hiroti and Trindle being the 18 and 21 jersey in retrospective. This is a good unchanged side from the last, shouldn't say last week, but the last game that they played. This is their last week without Dale Funakane, so this will be good going into Magic round next weekend. It's a good side, unchanged, and from a Sharks from a Sharks point of view, this is pretty much the best you're going to get with this side. Obviously minus Dale Funakane, but you can always jig that around and add him into the squad. But there's no real negatives to say about this squad at all.
Yeah, 100%. Now, obviously, we saw last week they did eventually get to that 13-plus margin against the Bulldogs. It was a very, let's say, skeptical field goal by Nico Hines, but they all count the same, no matter if they go over by an inch, by a mile, hit the post or whatever. But like you said, it's a very strong side. You've got William Kennedy, who stepped up last week and was absolutely brilliant. You've got Nico Hines, who he's becoming that consistent player where I feel like he cops the hate if he's, say, at 90%, even though he's probably still better than 85% of the competition. If he drops below his 100%, then we have a bit of an issue. You've got Matt Moylan doing the squad role in the half partnerships. You've then got the forwards, and like you said, you've got Big Dale coming back into this lineup next week for Magic Round. So I'm buzzing to be up in Queensland. Obviously, unfortunately, you're not joining me up in Queensland. Maybe next year we'll have a chat. We'll have a chat to your missus down there next year. But Baxter, let's jump across to your boys. I'll throw it across to you. Talk to me about this lineup.
Yeah, we've got Scotty Drinkwater in the fullback role, Kyle Felt, Murray Talangai in the wing position, Valentine Holmes, Pigiku in the centres, Tom Dearden, Chad Townsend in the halves, John McLean and Colin Hess in the forward role. You got Reece Robson in the hooker position, Jack Gongorski and Jeremiah Nanai, Ruben Cotter to make out the lock position, Tom Chester, Jake Granville, JTB, Mitchell Dunn, Riley Price, Ben Hampton, Brendan Elliott, and I'm not going to even touch on the last two players. And there's no disrespect to them, but as we touched on in the Sharks squad, it has been cut down to Ben Hampton in the 19 jersey and Riley Price in the 18th jersey. But I think that they're going to lean towards Ben Hampton and for the Sharks, Marawa Hiroti to be that 18 jersey HIA player. But it was a good win. We needed the win last week against the Knights. We didn't really play pretty, but those games when you're not playing pretty, you walk away with the 2 points and a lot of homework to do for next weekend, especially Thursday night here down at Shark Park. So it's going to be an interesting one. Last time we were here, we won by a field goal. Let's hope we could walk away with the 2 points again and then work our way back up this ladder, because sitting down near the Tigers, I don't want it to rub on us.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Like you said, you did play the Knights. It wasn't your best game, and let's be honest, it wasn't the best game to watch as a neutral either, but both teams really looked clunky. They looked like there was something missing now. Both teams have injuries. Both teams are still trying to find that gel from this year, but I'd almost go as far as saying there were some controversial calls, but as we know, by the end of the season, these things even themselves. So I know I had a lot of Knights fans talking to me over the weekend, and they're going, "Oh, we were hard done by." But I'm going to tell you, you're going to win a game in a couple of weeks where it's a controversial call, and you're not going to be saying anything there. So yes, it sucks. You
No.
lost the 2 points here, but I think that evens up. But I think the positive for me, although the Cowboys didn't play well in this game, and I'm sure you'll agree, I'll throw it to you, that last set on your goal line. I think if that was the previous 8 weeks, or not, sorry, 7 weeks, you guys are conceding a try, you're losing that game. Instead, they played that last set. I think there was 2 set restarts. So it was like 15 tackles on your line. You survived, and you kind of saw the exhaustion from the players. They were down on one knee. The same players took the hit up for like the next 3 tackles because your team was exhausted, but they fought for the line. So is that the good signs that you're looking for moving forward, that they're fighting for it?
Yeah, defensively, that is a good sign to be looking for, especially, giving reset after reset on our goal line and holding him out pretty well. It's just how we turn that defense into attack and then into points. That's always a work to be done on. But people have been messages saying, "Oh, were we a one-hit wonder?" I think it's more that my best case scenario, I put to people is we got overworked last year. We got overworked in the preseason to get us right, and we just excelled better than other teams. Minus, we didn't have the injuries, we didn't have the suspensions, we didn't have the many changes within our squad like we do these first 9 rounds, and then I think the preseason just went. I think we took our foot off the pedal. We took it a little bit too easy, and it hasn't really helped us get mentally prepared for this season. And that's the best way I can really see how the 2 different seasons that we're having right now. But we've got more footy to play with coming up. We've got Magic Round, we've got you guys coming up, we've got a whole lot of other teams that we still got to play, and hopefully we can get a lot of points along the way, and we can play finals footy come September.
Well, let's hope you don't get any points next week. But obviously, like you said, I don't think it's a one-season wonder. What I think it is, you guys, and I think you'll agree with me here, you definitely overachieved last year. No one expected you to have that season you had off the back of a bottom 4 finish. So not only did you overachieve, you had, I think it was it the most players in Origin, or was it the second most tied? You had the most players in that Origin side?
Something like that. We had...
Yeah, then some of them went to the World Cup. Like some of them went to the World Cup. So they haven't had that rest. You haven't had the preseason that got you into that position. One NFL pass away from a grand final, if that's how we want to put it. You didn't have that preseason because A, B, and C were still out because they had the World Cup, so they were allowed to rest. So it's not the worst case. We talk about the Roosters every week and we say, you know what, they never hit their stride till about round 12 or 13. Mate, if they can turn this team into a side that they might not be the best, they might pick up some points, but come round 13, 14, they start charging home. You've got no worries, especially how close this competition is. But Baxter, we're going to move on. So let our tips. Who are you going for on this one? And I'm assuming there might be an upset here by you, but I'm assuming you're siding with the home side.
No, mate. I'm going to side with my Cowboys. I'm going to go again 1 to 12. I think it's going to be a tight one, regardless of who wins.
1 to 12 Cowboys?
Yeah. 1 to 12 Cowboys. Here we go.
All right, I'm going to go 13 plus Sharks then because that gives me a little bit of a leeway because it means I get a point if the Sharks win regardless. So I'm going to go 13 plus, and it's no disrespect to the Cowboys. I still think they'll hit their stride, but I don't think they've hit it just yet. And I think it is still potentially a couple weeks away. So Shark Park, it's a Thursday night. They're all drunk. They're throwing beer at people as they're walking out the tunnel. I'm going to go with the Sharks 13 plus. Guys.